Hey everyone! So it's been quite a while since I've made a video, so what I was going to do today was just a small little update to let you guys know what's going on, and then a book haul, as you can see from the title. So I'm going to get started with the update first. My videos are still going to be pretty sporadic. I know in my past videos, my more recent past videos, I had mentioned that I was hoping that this month was going to be the last month of my super busyness and that I would be able to get on to a more regular basis of filming videos for you guys after this month. But as of the past couple of weeks, it looks like that's not going to happen as soon as I was hoping. Um, Especially because on top of all the stuff that's going on with my fiance and I, we've also had three deaths in our family in the past 2 weeks. So it looks like it's not going to be as transitional into next month as I was hoping it would be as far as video making goes. So please bear with me. My videos are still going to be sporadic as of right now. Um, I mean, it's so bad. It's to the point where I've only completed one book since January, um, which is like horrible for me. But yeah, so it's been pretty bad. So I'm not going to be releasing any like what I've read or TBR videos or anything like that for a while just because I don't know when I can read or when I'll have the time to read and I don't know what I want to read um on top of it. So I'm not going to release any of those videos right now. All I'm going to do is after every video I make, I'll fill you in and let you guys know if I am reading anything and what it is, or, if I haven't finished that book yet, then like if I read any more of it or whatnot. Just for now, just temporary, just until I kind of get my bearings and hope that I can get back on a regular video making schedule again. So enough of that for an update. I just wanted to let you guys know I am alive. But we're going to go ahead and go on with the book haul. This is a book haul that has been a collection of buys since January. I have not been buying books like crazy or anything like that. I've only been going to the store, maybe walking out with one or two books at a time. Um, so I didn't do any book hauls earlier because I just didn't have enough content to show you guys, and I didn't feel. Let me adjust my camera. I didn't feel that it was worth taking time to make a video. So I got a little collection now, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys those. And if you see me looking down at all while I'm talking about any of them, I have a little piece of paper here with some books on it for a particular series, just because I didn't know what order they went in, what order they fell in the series to. But I'll get to that when I get to those. So that's what I'm doing if you guys see that. But anyways, on with the book haul. So these are in no particular order because I honestly don't even remember when I bought every single one of these books or anything like that. So I'm just gonna go and just dig right in. The first two books I got from my mother, actually. She's one of those people who does not collect books unless she absolutely loves a series. So she just picks books up, and if she reads them, but she finds them okay, she gives them away. She only keeps them if she really, really, really loves them. And if she picks up books that she never gets around to reading, then she just gives them away as well. And that was the case with these two books. She never got around to reading them, so she just gave them to me. The one I won't be able to read for a while because it's in the middle of a series, but um, that's besides the point. So the first book she gave me is called Raven by Evelyn Rogers. Looks like this. Sorry for the horrible glare on that book. Um, and I don't know anything about like really any of these books to tell you, so I apologize for that. But this one, from what I like looked at the back as far as or whatever, it has something to do with a big family secret and um like a fated meeting between two people, and that's pretty much all I know, which is not a lot to go on. Like I said, I don't know a lot about any of these books, so that's the first one. I've never even heard of this. I don't know if this is part of a series or not. Um, I never really looked into it to see if it was part of a series, but I just figured, I'll just jump in. I mean, I'll probably do research before I jump into it, but if I can't find much on it, then I'm probably just going to jump in and give it a try. Those are books I normally don't care to read as much, but you never know. I might like it, so. The next book she gave me is by Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman. If you guys have followed me for a while, you should recognize those two authors. They do the Dragonlance series that I have begun reviewing on this channel that I love. And this is another series of theirs. The series is called The Prophet of Akron, and this particular book is volume 3 in that series called Rose of the Prophet. Um, and like I said, I love Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman. Those two authors do the Dragonlance series, which is an amazing, amazing series. I've never even heard of this one, so I'm hoping that it will be somewhat similar, um, at least in the way of character building and things like that, because that's what I really enjoyed with those books. But like I said, it is volume 3, so it's going to be a little while before I can get to this one because I'm going to have to track down the other two, and then I'll have to look and see if there's any more after this one. So that's that one. The next book I got recently is by Jenna Showalter and Kate Ballinger, and it's called After Dark. And this is actually two books, one by Jenna Showalter and the other one is by Kate Ballinger. The one by Jenna Showalter is called The Darkest Angel, and it is about, I'm assuming, angels. It's about a winged warrior, and he falls in love with a harpy who is supposed to be their enemy, the angel's enemy, and so that's what that one's supposed to be about. And then the book by Kate Ballinger is called Shadowhunter, and that one is about vampires and vampire hunters. So I always love me some good vampire books, and I've never really read an angel book to date, so that's going to be really interesting for me to get into, and I'm looking forward to that one as well. The next two books go together. The first one I started reading, but I'm probably going to quit just because at least for right now, because I'm not really feeling it so much. But these books are by Carrie Arthur, and they're part of the Damask Circle books. And the first book is called Circle of Fire. That's the one that I started. I'm about, almost halfway. You guys can't hardly even see that. The glare is so bad, but I'm almost halfway. I'm 112 pages in, so I'm almost halfway. Um, but I don't know. I'm just really not feeling the book right now. I'm probably going to pick it up later and give it a try. But this particular one is about shapeshifters, which normally I love. It's just the interaction between your two main characters that I'm not finding so much enjoyment out of. And I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. I will explain it more once I finally finish it and do a review, but um, that's what this one is. And then the sequel to this one, which there is more than two, I found out, um, I also picked up at the same time, is called Circle of Death. And as far as I know, this one has something to do with witches. So I don't know. I might pick them up later and give them a try, but I got these for $5.99. I left the tag on this one. Got these for $5.99 at Walmart. They were on the shelf for marked down books. So I wanted, since they were both there, they didn't have the third one there. The third one, though, if you're interested, is called Circle of Desire. But they didn't have the third one there, so I just went ahead and picked up the first two without even really knowing anything about them. And like I said, I'm going to give them a quick break for now, and I'll probably end up finishing them at a later time. The next book I got the same day, and this one was only $5 as well, I believe. And it is by Lindsay Sands, and it's called Vampire Most Wanted. This is part of the Argiano vampire series that she does. When I bought this book, I thought it was the first book in the series. It wasn't until after I had bought it and got home that I realized it's actually the last book in the series, at least as far as I know. Um, if you look in the inside here, where it lists all your books, Vampire Most Wanted is the very first one. So I thought that it was the first book, but apparently this series goes from Love Bites, I'm pretty sure is the first one, and goes up instead of the other way around. So that was my mistake. It wasn't until I actually looked at the copyright date and seen that it was copyrighted in 2014 that I realized that this was actually the newest book out. So this one's going to have to be put on hold for a while because I have to get all the other books first. The next book I got is called A Blood Seduction, and it is by Pamela Palmer, and it is the first book in a series called the Vamp City novels. And this one is, from what I read on the back and what I understand, is going to be a vampire series about a girl who is human who stumbles into what they call Vampire City, and she's searching for a missing friend, and she ends up running into a vampire that she apparently falls in love with. I'm going to assume because that's how all this always happens. And yeah, so that's what that one's about. I've never heard of this series before. It happened by chance that I stumbled across it. So I'm looking forward to reading this one as well. And this is the first book. I did make sure I looked that up. So hopefully it's good. And if it is, then I'm going to be looking for the next book or however many more there are. The next one is called Silence by Michelle Segarra, and it is book one of the Queen of the Dead series. Again, this is another series I've never heard of, and I do not recognize the author's name either. I don't know if this is a debut novel or what. I'm not entirely sure, but this one is about a girl who can see and speak and touch the dead, and she loses her boyfriend in a freak accident, and when she goes to the cemetery with her dog, which it shows on the cover there, um, her life forever changes after meeting an old woman. So I don't know what exactly is entailed for this one, but it sounds interesting, and I'm always looking for good books like this with a paranormal twist. So definitely looking forward to this one. And the last three books um, are all part of the same series, and that's where my paper comes in. Um, so I can tell you what part of the series it is. Um, they're all by Laurel K. Hamilton. They are all a part of the Anita Blake series. If you guys have been following me for a while, you guys know this is a series that I fell in love with after reading the first book, and have been slowly collecting since then. There are currently 22 books to this series out. I don't know if she's planning on making any more or not. There are currently 22 books out in this series so far, and I just happened to find three of them for at a used bookstore for really cheap. I mean, the most I paid was for one of the books was $7, and the rest of them were below that. So the first book I'm going to show you is Incubus Dreams, and it is book number 12 in the series. Um, but this series is about a woman named Anita Blake, and she is a vampire hunter for hire, and she also works as a animator, basically meaning she can raise the dead and question them when in cases of murder and things like that. And this series is amazingly well done. And it has a little bit of everything in it. It has ghosts, it has zombies, it has vampires, it has shapeshifters, witches, things like that. It has a little bit of everything. Um, as far as paranormal, what you would normally think for paranormal. So I absolutely love this series and have been collecting it, like I said, ever since. And I stumbled across this one, which I got for $1.25. The next one I picked up is called Dan's Macabre, and this is hardback. And I got this one for $4, um, which is amazingly like cheap for a hardback. And then the last one that I got is called The Harlequin, and it is book number 15 in the series. And this is the one that I paid $7 for. It was $6.99. Um, and it is also hardback. And I am just beyond like happy to have these next three to add to my collection because um, it's a series that in the area that I live in, it's actually relatively hard to come across unless you order online. And I generally like to go pick up the books and actually feel them versus ordering them online. That way I know exactly what kind of quality I'm getting for my money because I just always have been that way. So to find these three in a used bookstore for as cheap as they were, I was beyond thrilled because in my town, these books are not extremely popular. So got these now to add to my collection, and I'm beyond happy. So, but that is it as far as my book haul goes. So as I told you earlier, I will mention now the next book, the book that I'm going to begin reading is called Dark Lover by J.R. Ward, and it is the first book in the Black Dagger Brotherhood series. I mentioned this book in a couple videos before. Um, and I'm finally going to dive in and give it a try. This is supposed to be an adult series about vampires, so I'm going to go ahead and dive in and give this one a try. And I've been told by quite a few people that I'm going to love this series based on books that I love reading, so I'm looking forward to this, and I will give you guys an update in my next video, whether I finish it or how far I make it or whatnot. So that's just what we'll do for now, and once I actually slow down and everything going on, and I'm able to sit down and focus and read a good amount and things like that, then I will start doing videos on a regular basis again. But until then, I hope this suffices, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.